Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Adrodals Blitz, and this is the Caliban, a Tier 8 British premium heavy tank. A vehicle known for one thing, and that is absolutely nuking a hit point pool. This tank, with its 187mm of Hesh, can deal 860 damage. That is absolutely massive, and it means that this tank has the capability of almost one-shotting some of the lower tiered vehicles. However, the Caliban is not very fast, only going in at 30 kilometers per hour. It has no armor. Its frontal on the turret is 120. The sides of the tank are 50, and same for the hull. The sides of the hull are 40, and the front is 94. When you add that into the fact that this tank has poor DPM at 1700, awful dispersion at 0.474, and one of the worst aiming time values in Tier 8 at 5.8 seconds, you can start to realize why the Caliban is the worst performing Tier 8 in the game. And that's no joke, it is the worst performer in Tier 8. It makes a lot of sense. The only thing that it has going for it is the alpha, and I would also say hit points, which means at least you can trade to try and hit that nasty shell. However, the vehicle that is kind of just a better Caliban in every way is this, and this is the tank we're going to be playing in today's video, the GSOR. Now, the GSOR may not have as much single-shot damage as the Caliban at 440. However, this tank has a double-shot gun with a 2.5-second interclip, and if you just manage to penetrate that second HE shell with the exact same pen of 187, you are going to deal 880 damage. The advantages the GSOR carries are just huge over the Caliban, though. First of all, your standard has great pen. 260 means that you're going to butter through almost anything, even most Tier 9 heavies, as long as they showcase weak spots. The DPM is 2,500, and that's with standard ammo, by the way. Pretty dang impressive. Dispersion is very solid at 0.335, and it's only got a 3.3 second aiming time. It's got the same gun depression as the Caliban, and mobility-wise, this tank can go 49 as a top speed and 17 in reverse with a much better power to weight. This vehicle also carries a fully traversable turret, and while I wouldn't say the armor of 48 and 56 is very good on this tank, it's honestly not a whole lot worse than the Caliban. So, when you consider both of these things, the GSOR is just better. And especially for the final nail in the coffin, the GSOR is a tank destroyer, which means that it doesn't need to frontline. The Caliban is a vehicle that you kinda want to do your job as a heavy and frontline in. This is not a tank that you have to do that in. This vehicle, you can stay a little bit further back, stay calm, stay passive, and then when you see the right opportunity, you wham, slap a big old chunk of hit points off of the enemy. So we are in a pretty decent matchup. I wouldn't say anything out of the ordinary. They got a lot of deadly tank destroyers, T-28 Defender and an ISU-152. Definitely a bit of death there, but we're going to try our best. So I'm going to chill behind this shark for at least a little bit of the early portion of this game, although it looks like our medium does not want to go medium side, which is going to be a bit of the pain in this battle, I have a feeling. Let's load in a Hesh shell, and there you go, nice 391 tap into the mill, and there you go, a nice standard shell into the front of his turret. With that, we just dealt like 700, 800 damage, and that right there is just a perfect example of what the GSOR is able to do. I mean, the gun just hits so dang hard. We got a T-28 Defender, there's a 468 tap, and there's a 357 low roll. But with that, we're up to 1,500 damage already, and their team is down 2 tanks. We're reloading again, 6 more seconds, we have 2 more shells. I mean, you don't realize how fast this thing reloads, but it is very, very fast. So we're going to try and make our way over to the T-3485 Rudy, possibly get 2 shells in here. And let's load that Hesh. There's 1 pen, 465, and 2 pens, 473. That full health Rudy is now at 262 health, and we've already dealt 2,400. We've got the Type 59 off to the side over here, and we're just going to drive over this little ridge, and in 3, a 2, a 1, bonk, there you go. And we don't even need to fire a Hesh shell for the second shot, we can just fire a standard. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That game was a minute and a half. This was probably the quickest game I've played in Tier 8 in a very long time. And while I definitely would not have changed the outcome of this battle depending on if I had driven a Caliban either, I'm pretty sure we would have won this either way because their team kind of just YOLO'd. You just saw how incredibly fast the GSOR was able to farm that damage. 3,200 damage in a matter of 1.5 minutes. I mean, that is insane. The Caliban couldn't ever get that much damage out, and you would have to hit every single shell. So you can already see the major advantage with this type of tank. I mean, we literally double shot that Emil, even though the standard ammo went right through his turret, which is just insane. So let's do one more game here. Hopefully it'll go just as well. And I will say there are disadvantages for this tank. First of all, it's a very skill-based vehicle. If you don't understand how to use the GSOR, it's very quickly going to fall apart. As well, this tank is HE prone, so that means a vehicle like a T-49 or even possibly the SU-130 can actually pen you frontally with high, which is something that you have to keep a little bit of an eye out for. But here we are in our second battle. We got a Chisei and a Chieftain against us. Luva, T-49, SU-130, a Sphere, and a T-34-2. Alright, well, we should be fine. I'm just going to make my way a little aggressive here. I'm not sure if I'm going to start off with Hesh or AP loaded. I think we'll keep AP in the barrel just in case, but what's nice is obviously you can instantly swap between the two. Playing World of Tanks PC where you have to wait with an autoloader like 10 or even maybe 12 seconds to reload your clip, even with intuition sometimes to get your shells, can be a bit painful, but here we are in the front line, and let's see who gets spotted. Well, we got the 49 who... Well, he actually got away with that, and I don't even think he meant to hit me, I'm going to be honest, and I also get shot by the Chisei right in the roof of the mantlet. Already off to a pretty poor start. You can see where the armor on this vehicle is non-existent, and yeah, it's a big downside. I mean, the fact that this tank can fall apart that fast shows you one of the big downsides of this tank. We're going to aim it on the, oh, there you go, one nice shell into the Chieftain, and bonk, there you go. But we did get 2 nice pens into the Chieftain already, bringing us up to 710 damage. It's pretty easy to do well in the GSOR, even if you're only half health, because you don't rely on health as a tank destroyer, you know, you just kind of... so that's one of the nice things about this type of vehicle. Now, we know that Luva's in the back there, and I can't really push up. My unfortunate T-28 Defender kind of just killed himself there, which is not great news. Let's get 1 shell into the T-49. We tracked him, and, well, he was going to die either way, which is really good news. T-49's gone, and that's definitely one of the bigger threats, as that tank could have one-shot me. So now that the T-49's gone, that is a big vehicle I no longer have to deal with. Now, we got the Luva right over here, and I'm trying to spot him. There you go. All right, so let's aim it on the side of the Luva, and there is 1 shell for 420, and 2 shells, 425. That is 850 damage we just took off of that Luva. I mean, that's insane. The damage output on this vehicle is absolutely ridiculous. It looks like the Chisei is going to try and chase this M41 Bulldog, although, no! Cringe. Alright, let's get this one in, though. No! Are you kidding me, Wargaming? Come on. And then the dude just backs out sideways. Oh, man, that gets me a little sad inside. Alright, well, the good news is that the Sphere is just backing up right for us to shoot him here. Hello, Mr. Sphere. There's 1 shell, and we're just going to load a standard to confirm the kill. There you go. Nice, easy clear, 2,300 damage dealt, and we only got 10 seconds left before our shells are ready. You can see how quick this thing is able to output damage. It's pretty dang insane. Now, I thought for a second that we might be spotted by that Chisei, but we're not. There's 1 460 damage slap, and I don't even think we had a light bulb. That guy was not looking at me. If you guys watch that back, that guy was not looking at me and then instantly just shot. I mean, I'm not worried. We should still come out with a victory here. All this Emil has to do is that. And, I mean, the T-34-2 is at, like, 0 health. So this will be a win. And even though we bled a little bit of health in the beginning, which definitely hurt our game in the end, we could have done a bit more, you still see where the GSOR is just able to take such an advantageous position on farming. Even if you're up against Tier 9s, the thing is just ridiculous. So all we gotta do here is wait for our Yo to hopefully finish off this Chisei. There you go. Nice clear from the Yo. And with that, that is another win. I think we did at least 2,500, maybe 2,600 damage, which is still quite a bit for a Tier 8 battle. So let's see. Victory! And we were able to deal 2,847 damage and assist 500, so that's over 3,000 combined. I mean, the tank is just crazy. It really is. Once again, top on the team. I love the GSOR. This is definitely one of my favorite tanks in Tier 8. It's not a very good performer when it comes to the average player, but if you understand how to use the vehicle, you can go 2700 average damage like me and 80% win rate. It really is such an influential tank. Hopefully, you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. What I will end off the video with is don't buy the Caliban. Honestly, like, it's a fun tank. It's got its moments where it can be really fun, but the GSOR is just better. I mean, any fun that you'll have in the Caliban, you can have more fun in the GSOR with, which defeats the purpose of buying this tank. Sorry, my voice kind of gave out there, but it defeats the purpose of buying this tank. So that's my opinion. Obviously, get both if you got the money to waste, but I would suggest to be smart with your money and get the GSOR. Hopefully, enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.